Welcome back, everyone. Let's continue with the post list. In our last video, we talked about the post create form. It seems working, but there is no UI build to list those posts. That's what we're going to build today. As per our wireframe, our app must display a top post list and home page, and a dedicated post list based on topic inside the show topic page. Each item in the list must have the post title, author name, comments count, and maybe the topic. So to present all that, let's create a new post list component. Place this file inside the post directory inside the components folder. Start with the default export function declaration for the post list. This will be the UI for the post list. So there will be quite a few items in this setup. For now, just return simple filler or placeholder text and add the post list component to the display. So the first step is done. The component is successfully linked to the topic show page. It's displaying the placeholder text properly. Next, we have to modify the UI of this new post list component. We also have to write some logic to handle the data fetching from database. So, without wasting any more time, let's write some code to handle the logics behind our post list. I'll put the post list logic into a new query file. Therefore, create a new query directory inside the DB folder. Then create a new file called Post.ts inside it. Start adding the essential imports such as the DB client, post model as type, and a few more. This file will serve as a collection of functions. In simple words, we will write multiple functions here that can output post list as per our need. So starting with the first function, this one will serve the post list based on search terms. We will use it to create the UI of search result page. We could have left this one for another video, although the logic is almost same for all functions. And there is no point in dedicating separate video for the same task. So let's dive into our first export. Technically, it's not a function. Instead, we are creating a custom data structure by combining the existing post record with the user and comments data. We could have get all these separately and display together, but that would be a waste of essential resources. So we will name it accordingly as post with data. It will return the post data with topic and comment count. Once done, add this as import in the post list.tsx file. Soon we will require this structure there. Now we have to move on to our first post list function. This one is for search results page. This function will accept a term as parameter, and we will check if that parameter is present in any of the post record. It may be in title or content or even in author records. So the logic must have multiple checks to filter all of these conditions. I'll name it fetch post by search term. Not a fancy name, but works fine for me. This function will return a promise or say future record of type post with data. Now you'll see the use of custom data structure. Look how easy it is to organize all the required data in a SYN structure. It's an efficient time-saving technique. In this function, we are using the DB client to query for post records where the search term is in title or in content. In this way, if the term is found in any post, we will get it back. It can have multiple records. That's why we are returning an array of possible records. This return value has an inbuilt include parameter, where we can add extra data along with the result. Here, we will add the topic, the user data, and the comment count in this record. Together, their details will form the structure we defined as post with data. The include parameter allows us to choose values available in result fields. So we can put true or false values to suggest if we want some value to be added or not. Now, let's move on to our next function. This one is for our topic show page. Let's call it fetch post by Slug. It will take in the topic Slug and return an array of records related to the same topic. Again, the return type will be a promise of post with data type. The function body is somewhat similar to the previous one. Again, we have to query the DB client for post records where the slug in record matches the received slug. In this way, all the returned records will belong to the same topic. The rest of the include structure is same, so follow along. So up to now, we have written the post list function for the search page and show topic page. Next, we have to write a similar function to create a post list for our home page. This list must display top posts based on maybe higher comment count. It's the right choice, I think. Suggest me something better, and I'll update that in the next video. So, what should we call it? Let's name this new function fetch top post, and it will not require any input parameter. Again, this function must return a promise of the same post with data type. The function will call dbClient to look out for post records having most number of comments. First, we have to limit the records as it's not good to list out all the records in home page, as each one will have a value count for comments, no matter if it's 0, having no comments. To avoid unnecessary long list, I'll limit the record to 10. Then use the order by parameter to filter the records based on comment count. Let's keep it in descending order. In this way, the list will display posts with highest number of comments in the top. So that's it for the function call. Add the include part just as we did in previous functions. Save the file and move on to the post list file. It's time to dive into the UI part as our logic is complete. It's ready to be used. Finally, we are ready to work on the post list.tsx file. We will use it for building the UI for our post list. It will be a generic layout. Therefore, the logic handling for the 3 functions we code earlier will be left aside. So let's start by adding some essential imports in this file. First of all, import the link component along with the path provider for our predefined routes. Then create an interface for post list. It will take in a fetch function with return data type of post with data. That's why I've added the import earlier. Next, update the post list function call and include the fetch data parameter using the interface. After this, remove the filler content and start building the actual UI for the post list. First of all, store the post list array received from the fetch data function call. Store it in an easy-to-identify constant, call it posts. Then use the posts and iterate it for each individual results. But wait first, put a check for not having any post. If nothing is available, then do something. Maybe inform the users that no post available to show. I'm leaving the check part for your practice. So let's store all the map UI of the post inside in variable or say constant in case of Next.js. I'll name it render posts. In the end, we will return it for display. When we map post result, we get individual posts, and they are specifically arranged in our custom structure. It will have the post title, content with the topic details, the user details who saved this post, and the comment count. We will use all these data to lay out the perfect post list. I'm placing a simple check to make sure there is a topic slug. It's kind of a stop point if the data has some flaw or incomplete record. There are many ways to avoid such issue, yet I choose this way for ease only. Feel free to amend the code here according to your planning. In the return part of this map iteration, we will plot a div container that will hold individual records. It will have some styling, and for that, of course, we will use standard Tailwind class names. Flex arrangement, some padding, and few nested divs will definitely do the job. Here, I'm using a simple div with some rounded border and a key with the value of post ID. This will be the container of each individual post list. Inside it, I'll wrap all other details in the link element. It will help us redirect the user to post show page. The ref parameter of the link will take the post show path. It also requires the topic slug and post ID to complete the dynamic path. As child of the link tag, place a large bold heading with post title text display. This heading will inform us about each individual post list item. Below it, put a flex div where each child will be arranged in a row. Here, we have to place the content author, or say the user of this post, and the comment count. Add 2 paragraph tags, one for the user and another for comment count. Style both these paragraph tags using the standard Tailwind class names. Use the TextXS class for extra small text. Then give it a light gray color. Then use the post to gather the username and comment count. Once done, add the post list component to the topic show page. It requires a function as a parameter. We have to add the fetch post by slug function to the post list component. It will require the topic slug, which we already received. After this, we can test the app for proper display. Okay, no post list showing in topic page. Let's try saving another post. It seems working, so why can't we see the list? Yes, if you got the error, then you're quite observant. Actually, I missed to return the rendered post from post list component. That's why nothing's showing here. Fix it, and our post list will be visible. Okay, the list is visible now, but the UI doesn't look as good as expected. Let's fix it by adding some styles to the wrapping div. First of all, correct the comment text, then add some padding to the main div inside render post. This will provide some space all around the content area. After this, add some space, especially in the bottom portion of the outer div. This will further adjust the spacing issue. Now our post list looks good. It's time to check its functionality, as if it is redirecting to the post page or not. Yep, the link tag is working as expected. We can move on to the post page just by clicking over these list items. Each list item has a title for the post. We can see who posted it and how many comments are received for this post. So what's next? Maybe let's add the post list to the home page. We have yet to show the top post list there. Let's try fixing that. This should be pretty easy. Simply copy the post list call along with the function from the topic show page. Paste it to the home page, just below the heading that shows top post. Now, change the fetch data function to fetch top post. Remember, we have already coded that in the starting of this session. Use it here, and everything else will work just fine. You may have to adjust some styling, as it looks a little inconsistent from other page. The post list will work as the functionality is working as expected, yet the looks matter a lot. So let's tweak the UI a bit, and then everything should look and feel uniform. I think it looks fine, and all the features are working as expected. Still, let me do a quick review for the UI. Meanwhile, you can write a comment to suggest me for the next topic. If you think my work is useful, then give this video a like, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit that bell icon. So, it's time to wrap up our today's discussion. Today we start by writing 3 separate functions to get post list based on 3 individual scenarios. Now we can get posts specific for search page, a dedicated post list to show on topic page, and finally we can show top posts on home page. Everything works fine, so that's it for today. In our next video, we will work on post show page and maybe discuss some code optimization for better app performance. Till then, keep coding and keep learning. Thanks for watching TechnoSpace.